so true. If you have an idea, or what do you want to do? Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, do the John. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, please hit that sub button. And if you haven't already, hit that notification bell to let you know when I post another video for you guys. And hit that like button. And if you like video game content, check out my video game channel, Do the John Gaming. Link is down below in the description. Let's get into the video. Sally? Yo, this is Start Today, a motivational and I can't pronounce it, video from above Inspirational. Let's get into it and see what it's about.
Suppose this idea that's been burning on the inside of you, suppose you just started it today.
Okay.
See, and don't wait to start an idea when you can figure it all the way through, because you'll never get started.
That's so true. If you have an idea, or what do you want to do? Let's say you want to start putting YouTube videos together, like reactions, for example. Don't wait on it until you figure everything out. Get the basics down, like setting up the OBS or whatever you use, and just go for it. And then later on, make improvements, and you get there. I'm still learning. And yeah, it's never ending learning battle, but I enjoy doing these, even though I'm not the greatest at them. But definitely, just whatever it is, start it. Don't wait till you have all the answers and everything all situated. Just go for it.
You know, it cripples so many people because they think of how to start their business. Then they look all the way down the road of the loans they gonna need, and they don't know nobody and they credit bad, so they stop. They never start.
Yeah.
What would happen, had you ever thought, if you just started? Do the part of the business that you could do and ask God to lead you and guide you to the next step. That thing called faith, the belief in things that you cannot see. Suppose you just started out on faith. You just stepped out the water, stepped out the boat and stood on the water just on faith. Seeing that is rough, but just believing that he would take care of you. Just believing that he would get you through. Just believing that he will lead you to the next step. Start. If you just started, man, you would then give God something to put his finger on and to bless. People say to me all the time, man, Steve, it seems like everything you do work. Man, do you know what it is, really? I just lose the fear of failing and I start. I don't know how to do all of this. Come on, man. If I could have told you 10 years ago, there's no way I could have told you I'd be where I am today. But if anyone had come to me and said, Steve, in 10 years, you will be doing this, that, and the other. They will recognize you here. You'll get this recognition. You'll get this award, and you'll be living like this. I'd have just looked at them like they was crazy. I really would have, man. It's not that I didn't have the faith. It's just that in my imagination, I didn't see it. I've always believed in God. I just didn't see things for myself. See, I didn't open myself up to what God had for me. I was just living my life based on what I could see for me.
Yeah. It's so true in my life as well. I believe in God, and I try to follow his path that he wants me to go in. But then you also got the human side of me who self-doubts everything. I self-doubted making reaction videos or even streaming, just because I personally feel like I'm not good enough. That I'm not gonna amount to anything, and I'm just be wasting my time. Not saying making reaction videos and streaming is a waste of my time, because it's not. I love doing it. It's just, it gets in your head. Once you get a thought in your head, it's hard to really get it out. That's why I took a break from making reaction videos and streaming and all that, just because I wanted to try my best to get out of my own head. 'Cause I was being my own worst enemy. And I am grateful to be back doing these reaction videos, because I absolutely miss them. I miss making these things. And with streaming, I'm still struggling on getting back in the rhythm of things for streaming. But at least I'm getting back into things for the reaction videos and getting them on schedule and all that stuff, and actually doing them. But yeah, it's so true though.
When I stopped worrying about what I could see for me and started allowing God to do what he could do for me, it changed my whole existence, because I found out that God's plan was way better than mine.
God's plan's always
But you
better
got to
than your
start
own.
something. You got to give God something to put his finger on, that Midas touch, where it turned into something. You got to let your imagination go. You got to let your imagination fly as wild as it can fly, without being constricted by the confines of where you live, and what color you are, and what sex you are, and how much money you make, and what your degrees say. You got to let your imagination fly beyond that. You got to go for it. You got to step out on faith, and you got to go for it. Oh, and did I mention you got to pray? Don't want to leave that out. Then you got to seek understanding. Man, read Proverbs. Proverbs is a great book to start with. I guess other people got other. I'm just telling you about me. Man, there's probably some better places to start. I don't know. Proverbs was the start for me. The book of wisdom and understanding. That helped develop my thought process, which helped me become fairly successful. Proverbs teaches you everything you need to know. And if you can't read the King James Version, get you one of them translated Bibles. What difference does it make, long as you hear what he's saying to you? Oh, and did I mention, don't forget to pray. And then take the idea, the business, the journey you want to embark on, and break it down inch by inch. Anything's a cinch. Just start with the piece that you can do. Okay, you don't know how you gonna get the loan when it's time for the loan. What part can you design the business card? Can you get the phone line put in? Can you start telling people that you're associated with, this is what you do now? You can start somewhere. You can get a gig somewhere doing something. Somebody will pay you for the service right now. And then simplify it. Take it and break it down to the lowest common denominator. Quit trying to figure it all out. Simplify it. What can I do now? That's just like breaking it down, but simplify it, man. Get it simple for you. I can't figure this out. It's too complex. It's too difficult. It's too many levels. Quit tripping on that. Do the part you can do. Do what you can do.
Yes.
But start, man. Just get started today. Stop delaying it. Every time you put it off, you seem further away from it, don't you? Why won't you start? Let your imagination go. Open it up. You know, if you can't imagine, God sure can. He's gonna do certain things for us automatically, because he just loves us. He automatically does things for us that we take so for granted. Imagine what could happen to you if you just gave him a little bit to work with.
All right. Yes, yes, yes. Steve Harvey, everybody. I knew that voice sounded so familiar time before I seen him. uh, yeah, whatever it may be, a business, streaming, reaction, YouTube channel stuff, podcasts, or whatever you are dreaming of doing or want to do, start what you can do right now. Don't worry about the stuff that you need down the line in the future or would like to have in the future. If you wait on until you have everything in line to start, you're never going to start. That's what I did when I first started my streaming on Mixer. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was at Best Buy, and I watched Twitch streams. I watched that stuff, and I really was interested in doing it and all that stuff. But I didn't know anywhere how to even start, and so I thought it was gonna for me. So I kind of put it in the back burner. I was at Best Buy, and I walked by the PC area, and they had the video capture card, Avid Media or whatever it's called, and I'm like, it stuck out to me. I'm like, what is this? What does it do? So I went on YouTube and I figured I did research on it, and I'm like, oh, this is how I can start streaming. I dropped the money on it instantly that day. And I'm like, okay, I got what I can do to hook up my game system to my PC. Now, what's the next step? OBS. Or Streamlabs or whatever. I forgot what I started off first. I think it was Streamlabs. I downloaded that. It wasn't really special. It was just the game caster and I'm like, okay, how am I going to communicate with people? So I bought a cheap mic from my pal Wolf, Imperial Wolf, and there you go. I had my gameplay and I had a mic. I can start streaming now. But I see everybody webcams on the screen. I think I need to get a webcam. So I got a webcam and I went for it. And then look at me. I have a green screen. I have an XLR mic. I have a stream deck. I keep improving my stuff throughout my time to give the best possible content for you guys. And yes, I'm not famous. I'm not popular. My buddy says I'm one of the most underrated people out there, and I'm not saying that to brush my own horn, because I'm not. I'm not the type of person who has that kind of ego. But if I just started where I started and waited until I got all this stuff, I would never have started. I would have gave up. Because ultimately, all these monitors, all that stuff it'll cost a lot of money. I started off streaming with a fucking MacBook Pro laptop. And I'm thinking, okay, that's just not going to do the cut. It was working for a while. So I traded my brand new MacBook Pro and to somebody with this gaming PC. Granted, parts of me think it was kind of a bad decision because this computer is not the greatest. I mean, it does a trick, but it's not a high end. But whatever. You have to start somewhere. And the only way to start is to start. But I hope this helps. Hope this motivates you to do what you want to do in life, whether if it's streaming or if it's content creating or starting a business or whatever it may be. Follow God's plan for your life. Yes, it's hard to tell what it is, but once you figure out what you want to do, if it feels right, go for it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and you are loved.